Hello everyone, welcome to another podcast. Today's episode 24 of the Chatbox podcast. With Darren Sant, I chat a bit about broadcasting, his work at Hull Kingston Radio with John Gibbons. So here it is, my interview with Darren Sant, episode 24. Here we go. Hello everyone, welcome to another Chatterbox podcast. How are you doing today? It's episode 25. Right, let's crack on. As you know, each week I have a guest to talk about their career or job. So let's crack on with this week's guest. It's broadcaster and podcaster from Stoke-on-Trent, but he lives in Hull now. It's Darren Sant. Hello Darren, welcome along.
Good evening, Ben. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Oh, not too bad at all for Monday, thank you.
That's good. 5 questions about your radio and broadcasting career, if that's okay.
No problem at all.
You ready to rumble in the jungle?
I'm ready to rumble.
Let's go for it. Question 1. Where did you start your broadcast career?
Okay, so I'm not so much a broadcaster as more of I'd call myself a sidekick. So I've only ever done any radio with Hull Kingston Radio, and I've only ever done a show that I've shared with John Gibbons.
What? That's John Gibbons, the co-owner of Hull Kingston Radio. That's
the fellow, yes, very nice fellow from Essex, yeah.
Tech guru on the computers, I'm told.
Oh yes, he's very techy.
I get that. I can guess that. I guess he's in charge of the Hull Kingston Radio website then.
Yeah, he's always got a cable in his hand and a laptop.
Yep, technical guru. Question 2. Who were your broadcasting inspirations growing up?
Okay, so I was born in 1970, so I like quite a lot of people who've been around a long time. So I like Mark Radcliffe, who's on Six Music now, and he does the folk show. He also does a weekend show. And I like John Peel, who sadly passed away. A guy called Nick Abbott, who's still on talk radio, I think. So I like these people who know a lot about the music, but also like to talk.
I also like Tony Blackburn as well.
Yeah, he always does a good show, doesn't he?
And he always says a cheesy quote about every lyric of a song in his shows.
Yes, yeah. I'm old enough that I tend to like the people who've been around a long time. You tend to follow them from station to station, don't you find, Ben?
Yeah. Do you like James Whale?
Yes, I like James Whale. Not listened to him recently, but I did used to like he did a TV show, and that was quite cutting edge back in the day.
Yeah, he did it from Radio Air down on Kirkstall Road in Leeds.
Yeah, it was quite late night and quite sweary.
He used to do it because it was simulcast on ITV, so sometimes he used to do it in the Yorkshire Television, as it was then, base.
Right.
And sometimes he used to do it in the Radio Air studio.
But yeah, that was a good show. I think it was very popular then.
Yeah, it was. And also Tony Blackburn, wow, what a guy.
Yeah, he really knows his songs and his music, and he can always make you laugh, can't he?
Yeah, I listened to sometimes. There was a guy on talk radio ages ago, Dan Wootton.
Oh, yeah.
If you've heard of him.
I've heard the name, but I don't think I've listened to him.
His show's now been taken over by a Mark Dolan.
Oh, right, yes, I know Mark Dolan, yeah.
Comedian.
Yeah, he's funny.
Currently giving the government a lot of grey hairs.
Well, someone needs to.
He's talking about the impending restrictions.
Oh, yes, that'll be a hot topic then, won't it?
And he says, if they don't end on in a few weeks, 2 weeks' time, he said they're going to end over my he says he's going to get very annoyed with the government powers that be if they don't end in 2 weeks' time, as promised.
Oh, so that'll make for a funny show then, won't it?
Yeah, but as I say, they've got lots of people on the Good Morning Britain programme as well. Like Richard Madeley's, I think, doing a guest presenter slot this week.
Yes, yeah, I caught a little bit of him this morning, yeah.
Giving the MPs a good grilling.
Yeah, he won't hold back either, will he?
No, he's not like the previous guy, the predecessor.
No.
The man who Neil Fox said is like Marmite.
Yeah, that's a good description of him, yes. Yeah, he's he wasn't always my favourite person, I must admit.
Anyway, question 3. What is your favourite part about the job? The role,
Okay,
sorry.
Talking specifically about broadcasting, I like, when I've done shows with John, I've enjoyed chatting and telling silly jokes and picking the music as well. Also getting to pick some of the music. I always like to put my personality through on the music.
What's your favourite type of music to put on a show?
Oh, that's a very good question, Ben. I like a nice, I guess it depends when the show's airing. If it's a Sunday morning, I like something that's quite upbeat to wake people up, like a bit of dance music or something like that.
John Gibbons said the other week that one of the people in his little Sunday morning show, I think it was, that was on, was one of them won 500 to 1 or 50 to 1.
Oh yes, that would be our friend Dave. Yes, very, very clever man. He also likes his politics.
Which version of 50 to 1 did he win?
Oh, he did the one. It was the one with, I think it was 15 to 1, and it was with Sandy Toksvig.
Wow.
So that's the daytime one.
Did he join you in any shows?
Yes, actually, sometimes the three of us would do a show a few years ago, and it used to be quite good fun.
Which studio was that?
Oh, well, that was back mainly when we were back. The three of us were mainly at the rugby stadium.
Did you ever do one at the last base before the big move?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did, Ben. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Good. Oh, them were okay studios. The new ones look brilliant.
Yeah, I quite like the last studios. I haven't, because of the pandemic, I haven't seen the new studios, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, when you and John can, you'll have to do a show again.
Oh yes, I'm looking forward to that. I've already been bending his ear to try and. He calls me producer Darren, but I don't really do much other than sit there and talk.
I don't know if he's back on the air yet.
No, I'm sure he will be, and he's been busy at the moment. I think he's just moved house and things like that.
So he's doing a lot more behind the scenes then.
Yes, like I say, he's the station's tech guru. Everything had fall apart without John's technical know-how, I'm sure.
Yeah. I've only seen him once at one of the events on Zoom that we do.
Right.
A quiz thing.
Oh, I've done that quiz a few times, yes.
Because me and you are obviously part of the secret squirrel thing.
We are, yeah, we are. We're in the little Facebook messenger group, aren't we?
Yeah, the presenters group.
Yes, even though I'm not really technically a presenter, but I've been around long enough. I think Pete thinks of me as one.
You're John's producer, sir.
I think, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Without you, the show would just fall apart.
Absolutely, yeah. John would be lost without me.
Yeah. Yeah. What's
I don't know if he listens to this.
Is your show going to be actually back in this when you're back in the studio? You're going to chat a bit then?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We'll chat about music, and I'll tell him some silly jokes or something like that.
Yeah, and tell it. Yeah, I was just reading up before I came on with you about few. Are you into your history type stuff? Because
Well, when I'm broadcasting, I suppose I like talking about the history of the songs sometimes, because there's often an interesting story behind the songs, isn't there?
yeah, I was talking to a broadcasting colleague of mine the other day about the song, and Neil, Dr. Fox, was saying on his radio show a few weeks ago that he drove past a house in London and it had Bob on the plaque, Bob Marley lived here.
Oh, wow.
And he took a picture and he said it's not every day you get to walk past a legend's home.
No, that's true. Yeah, that's amazing. I wonder where that is.
I think it's in somewhere in London, I'm not sure.
Oh, it's just so big, isn't it? Yeah. Wow, that's and what a thing to just stumble across, isn't it? Amazing that.
Yeah, if you are you a Bob Marley fan?
Yeah, quite like. I think everyone likes a bit of Bob Marley. I've got quite broad taste in music, but yeah, it's something you can always listen to, especially in summer.
I'd be interested to have a look around if his flat was allowed to the public. I'd be interested to look around, see what old song notes and stuff he left behind, see what.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great if you found a song he'd never released?
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, and I like the old music, and one of my favourite songs is Phil Collins' "Easy Lover."
Yeah, he's Phil Collins has done some good music over the years.
Some of the old radio DJs say about Phil Collins that they were drumming along when they were younger to "Easy Lover."
Yeah, and well, a lot of his songs were drum. Of course, he was, really into that, but a lot of his songs had good drum solos and whatnot.
Brilliant. Question 4. How has COVID affected your life and line of work?
Okay, well, my day job, actually, it's affected it in a positive way, which is probably something you don't hear too often. I work for a company that sells products to people who make porta cabins and temporary accommodation, and they're doing a lot of COVID sites. So in a small way, it feels like we've been helping out,
Yeah, helping the pandemic. Have you had your jabs yet?
Yes, I've had both of my jabs yet.
What did you have?
I had the AstraZeneca Oxford.
Any effects?
Not really, no. A bit of an achy arm, and I felt like I'd got a cold coming on for a day, but other than that, fine. I'd recommend everyone get them.
Helping at the moment, and you're helping with your day job as well.
Yes, so that's and my wife's a nurse, so she's really helping.
She working on the front line.
She was for a while. Now she's just back to her normal job on a ward, helping people recover when they've had an operation.
Yeah, because the operations have resumed again now.
Yes, yeah, that's right. So the non-COVID related things, yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit. If I'm honest with you, I am fingers crossing for June 21st.
Yeah, me too. I'm hoping that there's a lot I want to do.
But I guarantee that we can't take anything for granted with the current leaders of this country. I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to go into it too deep, but I'm not really a fan of their approaches.
No, I'm with you on that. And again, we will not go too into politics, but yeah, they just don't seem to be able to make their mind up for very long, do they? And they're always changing their mind, and it's frustrated a lot of people. We'll just say that.
Yeah, I just hope on June the 21st that the last year and a half is just vanished and we can just move on with the rest of our lives, because COVID's going to be around for a long time yet, and we just need to learn to live with it, in my personal
Fingers
opinion.
crossed. So that vaccine's working, isn't it? So fingers crossed.
And my personal opinion is we just need to live with it, because it's not going to permanently go away. It's just going to keep coming back like the flu.
Yeah, as long as we get people vaccinated and learn how to deal with it and treat it, then we'll see how we go with it.
Yeah, that's just me anyway. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked again.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Question 5.
Yep.
Question 5. Last question on the list. What advice would you give to young, aspiring broadcasters?
Okay, that's quite an important question, that. So I think what I would say to anyone doing anything of any age is just be yourself and find something you've got a genuine passion for. And if it's broadcasting, then talk about something that you know something about and that you're really interested in. If it's like you and it's you like interviewing people, then that's what you become good at.
I also like playing music as well.
Yeah, music. I think there's some people who go on the radio and they talk about politics, and some people tell jokes. I think as long as you're doing something you enjoy, because it's there's nothing worse than doing something that you don't enjoy, is there?
Yeah, on talk radio a few weeks ago, they had a good friend of mine, Mike Covell, and he was talking about ghosts.
Well, that's a fascinating subject all on its own, isn't it?
Yeah, and then they had Richard Madeley on last week, and he was talking about ghosts when he was talking about Cornwall.
There's a lot of ancient places in Cornwall, I suppose, isn't there?
And he was saying that his son went to the bar for a drink, and his son came back very scared that he just saw a man walking through a wall.
Oh, wow. Have you ever seen a ghost, Ben?
No. And then Richard Madeley asked the apparently barman at the bar, and he said, "Oh, it's one of the old ghosts who used to live in this area."
Oh, wow. I mean, we've got some very old pubs, haven't we? With ghosts in town.
He said it was one of the rich people who used to live in one of the big houses.
Oh, I wonder if they stayed there for long after that night.
Probably, I'm not sure, but yeah, I do believe in ghosts sometimes, if you're into that sort of stuff.
I try and be open-minded. What I will say is that I had an old house quite a number of years ago, and we always used to see the shadow in the corner pacing back and forth. It never did anything but pace back and forth.
Wow,
it was weird, and you could never see it if you looked directly at it. But when you looked out the corner of your eye, you would see it. It was, but you know what? It was around so often that we just got used to it in the end.
Yeah, I just can't wait till the end of this. All this ends and everybody can just go back to normal and explore and live their life.
Yeah, amen to that. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, because I want to get back not interviewing people in this format. Well, this might continue in this format. Get myself a couple of microphones and get on the road, really.
Yeah, and you can also get people to come in the studio to you as well, can't you, I suppose?
Yeah, sometimes. Who knows, studio, or who knows, really? Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, it won't be long, Ben, I'm sure. Fingers crossed.
Legs crossed as well.
Yeah, everything crossed.
Because I have got a couple of guests that I want to get in the studio.
Oh, good. Well, I hope that works out for you.
Thank you. And I hopefully see you at Hull Kingston Radio sometime.
I'm sure you will, Ben, and thank you for your time today.
Let's just wrap up, shall we? That's it for today. Thank you for joining us, Darren.
It's been my pleasure.
Do join us again soon for another Chatterbox podcast, but now please give it up for the legendary Darren Sant. Thank you very much for listening, and that's
thank you, Ben.
Was my interview with Darren Sant. Hope you really enjoyed it. Hope it filled a gap in your time. No more uploads, I don't think, tonight, but I'll try and get some on tomorrow if that's possible with you guys, if that's alright with you guys. there will be behind the scenes stuff on my website, so keep across that. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. BL out, and that's a wrap.